Hello again. So, yes, he's having fun. I'm having fun as well with this anti-woke stuff. This video he uh, published. I saw it early this morning, and it was interesting. This is a game developer, and he talks a bit about gamergate. And gamergate, of course, I made a video about that, which is also said to be about misogyny, anti-minorities, absolute bullshit. So I made a comment, and that woman who made the comment said, insulted by my comment, which was, I stated, get out of your victim mindset. And secondly, the polyamory that she was engaged in, complete waste of time. Stop doing that. It's not useful. But these people, or this woman in particular, but in general, if people do something like that, they have an issue. They seek validation outside themselves, and validation you can only get really from within. So you need to look at yourself, why you're unhappy, change yourself, do something you find useful, and get out of the feeling that you're not worthy, something like that. It is similar to narcissism. Narcissists seek praise. They want people around them who admire them. And polyamory, I think, is the same. In that case, definitely, if that woman commented, and yeah, she was insulted by it, yeah, I don't care. Secondly, I gave her actually advice. And by the way, some comments, the woke mob has arrived, and there's some of them say, yeah, low IQ. Yeah, it's all projection. They're talking about themselves, or a rant from an old dude. What are you talking about? I don't rant. I explain how things work, but it's, or some guy said, yeah, you're a coward. Cowards. I'm the one who exposed, for example, Schiphol Airport antisocial behavior and all those people involved there. I'm not afraid of anyone. I was also in, for example, Zaporizhia with rocket attacks. I wasn't afraid. I thought, okay, what's the risk involved? And I thought, yeah, okay, I can stay a few more days. No, I'm not afraid of anyone, of anything. I mentioned that about my list of life. I will get back to that soon. I will make a video after having a talk, probably after, in Kremenchuk here in Ukraine. I will go now to polyamory. I had this idea to make a video about it last year, I think November maybe, but I didn't have the video with me. It was on my hard disk, and I took that with me from the Netherlands, and now I have the text also with the commentary that I made. I slightly edited it for clarity and a few minor changes, but I watched it on 6th of November 2018. The video of the program was first shown on the 4th of November. Okay, let's look at the start. I started skipping them to the middle and then the end, as I didn't want to watch all of it after I knew what this program was all about. And I think this topic, by the way, polyamory, is also something that the wokies will like as something that is good for yourself or something. It isn't. It is stupid. It's a waste of time. Later, I decided to do a psychological analysis of these people, so I revert back to earlier segments later in my analysis. So I jump around a bit in the video in this analysis, but it doesn't really matter. Show 29, so I'm going to show 29. Okay. Okay, one further.
But he's also nervous about the timing of someone new coming in right now.
I mean, from the outside, a conventional view would be, oh, well, you've fallen in love with someone else, therefore you have fallen out of love with Matthias, right?
Not at all. I'm so far past viewing things
Think about that, what she said. I'm so far past viewing things that way that I'm like having to remind myself that's the way most people view love. So I will analyze in particular this. But this is also interesting. So this is the guy she's with, one of the two.
But for me,
I think it's two.
falling in love with Q it just fills my heart with such awe.
It's a complete beta male.
And wonder.
Complete wimp.
It's actually done the opposite. It's made me fall more in love with both of them. Our hearts can hold love for more than one person at a time because we love multiple children. We love multiple friends. You know.
Yeah, that's something completely different. That's complete nonsense. It does not. It's absolutely not necessary.
It's just another form of love, and it's the one that people.
Yeah, it's another form of love, and one where you only need one person, really. But these people are not satisfied because probably, as that same woman who commented with my video, that they need validation for the self-esteem, something like that. Yeah, I think this is no, don't want to. So stop the video and think about it. What she said about I'm so far pursuing things that I'm like to have to remind myself that's the way most people view love. And they'll be good for your analysis, ability to analyze. Think about what people say and why, and is it true? Why not, etc. Okay. Or you can just be lazy and watch further immediately. Okay. First of all, Theroux makes the mistake of not distinguishing between love and appreciation for a person such that you do what you can do to make that person happy. And in love, we state that is a possible precursor to love, but is about hormones. Seeing something cool and getting that state simply from appearance. Attraction, I mean. That can be in love, can cause a feeling of in love, but it's not about something deeper. And it's about getting something you want. You want something, you feel in love, you want. Instead of thinking what that person wants, so for someone else, not for you. That makes it all more confused, although, the situation is more confused of how he presents everything. Although it doesn't really matter because these people... wait a minute. Are all very superficial. By using the words I'm so far past, she actually says she needs to get down to their level, level of other people, you and I, for example, to understand other people thinking about the situation. So this woman thinks that her insanity, which it is, polyamory is a waste of time. But I'll go back to a little bit where I can see, maybe, but I think it's not a good idea in that case. It's way better than what the average person thinks is normal and appropriate. As most women in this program, she's very masculine. I don't believe she needs any reminders of what others think of what she does. She has to encounter this non-understanding all the time if she tells anyone about it. Probably it happens, for example, maybe going out somewhere and you're two men and people ask, what's the situation? Are you single or why are you with two guys? And it can be anything, could be also some talk or the way you behave with two men walking in a supermarket or something. Can be, I don't know. But she has to encounter some situations where where people question what she does. I don't believe at all she needs any reminders. Unless she lives in some commune, but then you still get out from time to time, This is a selfish person, as I realized later. Sometimes I don't analyze deeply while watching. Often I do, but not always, because it makes it really tedious to watch videos like that in that manner. Not a woman who loves two men. Selfish, not a woman who loves two men. I think that's the case for almost all people in his TV program. The men are, weak wimps. They are not like that, of course. They are not selfish people. They are weak people. I'll get back to this further on. Okay, show 43, 55. Let's go there.
What is the hard part from where you're looking at it?
I don't have that. I want Joe to be the happiest, most fulfilled person he can be.
By the way, this is the most BSD thing ever, someone said. Yes. Filming like this.
I am not qualified to do that for him, nor do I want to have that responsibility. I want to be a partner, I want to be his wife, I want to be his children, I want to spend the rest of my life with him. But I don't want the onus to be his happiness is on me.
Right.
Honestly, you're responsible for you, Louis. You're responsible for your happiness.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, Theroux talks to a woman, Gretchen, and he mentions that her husband could come home happy, but from being with another woman. She then responds, she wants to be with him, mother of his children, but she doesn't want to have the onus of making him happy. Onus. Here it shows what a completely selfish person this woman is. If you love someone, then you will try to make him or her happy. Of course, there's no responsibility other than to yourself of wanting to make someone else happy. It's, if you call that a responsibility, then it's already a problem. She does not love anyone. Making someone else happy as an owner shows she's selfish, and that made me realize, sometimes I let things go, as I mentioned. I don't analyze all the time continuously about everything, because that would be extremely tedious. So I let things go over me and then think, later, and and then I know everything, of course. It happens automatically. I don't need to force myself. Calling someone else happy as an owner shows he's selfish, and made me realize all these people are selfish. All of them. The men are, the women. The men are beta males, wimps. It can be different, and this is an extraordinary situation. I've discussed the topic of a man with multiple women, with, for example, a relative, and how it works. She watched various programs on TV from the USA, for example. We talked about how it could work, and how to me, it seems like a really tedious lifestyle. You need to make everyone happy and keep track of time, essentially, of how much time you spend with everyone. I also talked a little with two women who were, as a couple, looking for a man. They said they felt they missed something, and I wasn't really sure at the time they were serious, but also for me, it did not seem something that would work. Not something I would want. I don't think that's a useful way to live. So I didn't talk further with them. I heard about two sisters in the Netherlands in a magazine article. A relative told me about this, who wanted to be with one man. As the second sister saw how this man is, the first was married to him, and she could not find that in other men. And I think you see what is a perfect man, or what you think is a perfect man, of course. You try to find that, but you should not seek for perfection. I mean, you should just be happy that this other woman, your sister, found a really cool guy. I can sort of understand this. It can be hard to find someone you really like, depending on your personality in particular. But I would not want to share my wife with another woman, definitely not with another man. The main argument why I would not want such a situation, that everyone deserves the full attention of a partner, not shared. Further, from thinking what that will be like, I think it will be a chore to keep track of that you give the same attention to both women, never mind even more women, as in some US TV series. Also, for children, all order and standard values are important for their education and stability. I just would not accept a situation of shared love if pushed onto me instead of from the start. This is just hypothetically, of course, because as I said, I don't think it's a good idea. But the men in this episode are mostly beta males, weak. They need to stand up for themselves, express themselves. They don't do that, and so they just plod along in the swamp of stupidity. What's actually going on is superficial. Theroux says, central to it is taking pleasure in a loved one falling in love with someone else. This is not true in a deeper sense, only in a superficial sense. These people may be happy for someone else being happy, or rather, I think they like to see the partner happy and not have, instead of that, rows. But being in love and falling in love are superficial things, not about true love. It's also not universal love, as you can feel when you have spiritually risen above selfishness. Then you can feel a love for everyone, even when they're antisocial, because you see they are just people who have not yet understood how to live a meaningful life. I can get into that with in relation to religion, but that's for another religion and groups that do meditation, etc. But that's for another video, maybe much later, probably, because there's a lot yet to do. In that situation of universal love, you would not make love to multiple people, because that's then only an expression of love on a deeper level. Something you do to make the partner feel good, while at the same time forming a deeper connection. And that is not what universal love is about. Not something you do just for superficial enjoyment. And I wrote then, and that's, I've stated that to some people, to a relative also, about the situation of multiple wives or multiple men. Why not have just have some chocolate instead? You may think, yeah, it's a bit weird to state that. How is that similar? Well, I wrote, and that is an apt description, because we're talking here about enjoyment, and that is what these people are after, similar to the enjoyment that chocolate or candies can give. Get some chocolate, you moron. This makes me think of children, and the thought arose that the people in this program are not just beta males and masculine women, but infantile. They do not understand anything about life. They're so stupid. All right. I rewound, as I skipped the first 30 minutes or so. I found it hard to watch the stupidity from just a minute or so at the start, and I watched a bit here and there, and then later went back to earlier sections. So, 1523, let's have a look. 1521. Yeah, 1520. Okay.
Time. Gretchen and I were on kitchen duty. So should we talk poly?
Sure.
So Joe seems like a great guy. You seem very nice. So my
No.
question would be, why aren't you enough for each other?
Okay. So, why aren't we enough for each other is a horrible sentence. That puts the onus of my entire happiness on you, for example, right?
I think I'm just talking about sex and romance, really, because certainly say with my wife, she wanted another friend to go shopping and.
Yeah, okay. This same woman, Gretchen, from 44 Minutes, so we already saw her, through Ask Why Aren't You Enough for Each Other? She says, it's a horrible sentence. Yeah, I'm sure she thinks that. She doesn't want to have to justify what she does. That's really what's going on. She then says, that puts the onus of my entire happiness on you. And you, if, for example, if she were with him. This woman talks in terms of blame, onus, responsibility for another person's happiness, very much like Heidi at 55 Minutes. That'll come a bit later. Forward reference. This is just someone who doesn't want to be responsible, doesn't want to care for someone else. This is a selfish, superficial person. All right, complete waste of time to show more. 50 minutes and 17 seconds. Yeah, let's start here.
Sometimes I look forward to meeting the person he connects with.
Do you think he'd be less lonely if you were not seeing other people?
I don't think so. But only you can really answer that.
I don't think so. I don't.
Wait a minute, I should have gone to 5017. Oh, wait, made a mistake. 50. So this is a marriage picture.
Now, congratulations, you had an anniversary, didn't you?
We did 16 years.
16 years of marriage. What did you do for your anniversary?
She's been needing a new TV, so I fixed that up.
He did, he but
Come on, this is beta male. Look at how he talks, how he behaves.
He bought me a new TV for
DVD player, the 4K technology.
Oh,
so
nice.
Get a grip, man.
6x.
Leave that woman. That'll be the best thing for you.
Jerry, if you had
Okay, 5422. Let's go there. Let's go here.
you could alleviate it, but it would mean
So he's lonely.
It's so out of the realm of possibility that I can't even answer it. Like, he would never ask that.
She's in denial. She doesn't care, actually. She thinks it's normal to let him be lonely, and he would not ask me something. He would, but he doesn't, because he knows she doesn't do it. She won't do it. She doesn't care. But he's stupid enough to stay with her.
I would never leave Joe for anyone. I would never leave Jerry for anyone.
so. It's not. I'm not saying he's asking for it. I'm just saying that you see that Jerry is lonely, and that you feel that, wow, I can alleviate Jerry's loneliness, but it will mean not seeing Joe anymore. Because I need to give Jerry more time.
I think we would just navigate how to give Jerry more time. But I can't see a scenario where I would leave Joe. We kind of operate from this place of, I am not responsible for Jerry's feelings, and he is not responsible for mine. We can impact them. We can help with them. We can do all that. But his loneliness is not my responsibility.
Not my responsibility.
Responsibility to make Jerry happy. It's Jerry's responsibility.
You would not talk about responsibility if you loved someone. Oh, all right. I wrote, Theroux digs a bit and finds that the guy, Jerry, whose wife Heidi is seeing another man, feels lonely sometimes. The woman says something very interesting. I'm not responsible for Jerry's feelings. And a bit later, his loneliness is not my responsibility. That tells it all. This is just like the woman Gretchen at around 15 minutes, 45 minutes, a selfish woman who doesn't care for her husband. He doesn't want her shared, but he's clearly a beta male who lets her and others walk all over him. She's extremely masculine in her way of talking. Theroux then asks whether he is happy, and he affirms that he is happy. Together they say they are happy, but that means nothing. The way they so strongly affirm it makes me think this is all BS. I think their marriage will dissolve as soon as the guy stands up for himself. This guy is somewhat buying into the BS, it seems, by saying he is not monogamous because he believes he can and someday will find a woman to fall in love with. That is just ludicrous. He obviously doesn't want it if you watch the video. He's of course monogamous at the moment, and he's not really interested to find someone else either, clearly, but he's more or less forced into this position. So what he says to affirm his lifestyle, which is very likely forced on him, because he doesn't want to leave her to be single. To affirm his lifestyle to the outside world. This is all no different from people who stay together even though they are not suited to be together. Out of habit, they stay together. Okay, that's it. This is complete nonsense. These people need to think about what makes sense in life. And just as that woman who made a comment with my video about gamergate, quit with the victim mentality, and polyamory is only feeding into that, and it won't solve any problems. The solution comes from within, not from outside. That's it for now. Bye.